Hello and welcome to zazoome. I am Sherry Barbera, and today I'm pretty darn excited about what we're going to be talking about. What is an NFT? How the heck does it work? So let's get, thanks Sal, let's get right into it. We're going to start with, what is an NFT? An NFT is anything in a digital format. What do I mean by that? Anything that you can buy, sell, or trade on an NFT auction marketplace. For example, OpenSea. So you need to use what's called cryptocurrency, which is a brand new kind of currency. Well, not so brand new, but a new, different kind of currency that is online, that is used for purchasing and for selling and for creating NFTs. So buy, sell, trade, and create. And you do this on what's called the blockchain. And the blockchain is also online, and that is how you validate, verify, and certify ownership of a digital asset. So what are the formats that are used for NFTs? Well, this is from OpenSea. So these are the format categories that they have chosen: art, collectibles, domain names, kind of weird, music, photography, sports, trading cards, utility, which is gaming, and virtual worlds, which is also gaming. And as you can see, NFTs cover a vast universe now. Examples are: musicians are selling NFT songs and audio. And if we go online and I show you what that means, we are right now on a site where you can see, this is OpenSea, a song by this guy named Song Adeo, DAO, which is his funny way of using DAO, which is decentralized. Well, anyway, that's a whole nother video. Okay, so he's making a pun on DAO, and every day he's creating a video that he's selling. Now, what's interesting is that if you look here, and I'm gonna show you here, you can see that this video is priced in both ETH, which is what is used on OpenSea, and it's showing you also what the value is in dollars. So $1,185.63. The thing about using cryptocurrency is that it's so volatile and it's constantly changing. And this is great and horrible at the same time. So pros and cons of all of this: cryptocurrency constantly changing its value. That is certainly a pro and con, because you can purchase something for $1,000 today, tomorrow it could be worth $200 or $2,000. So it just depends upon what's happening with cryptocurrency and the marketplace and what you're purchasing and the value of it and what people perceive to be the value of it. There are a whole lot of different things that you kind of need to think about when you get into the NFT world. Another thing that I wanted you to see is underneath the video. So you're on a marketplace, underneath the video is the description, and then the properties, and then about this particular artist, Song Adeo, and then you can see all of the offers that have happened and everything else. So I just wanted to show you what this means as far as purchasing a video.
Why does it make
you literally purchase a video.
That's what I was going to ask. How long is the video?
31 seconds this video is.
31 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was, I'm going to pop over to us. that was Sal asking me a question. Hi. So for those of you that don't know Sal.
So many questions.
Yeah. Sal and I are husband and wife and artists, and we work together, and we are doing this whole NFT craze and trend, and hopefully here to stay, new form of art together.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
So glad that you all are joining us. So who is here? Blockchain Chad. Hello, Blockchain Chad. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And Oh my gosh, Rob Greenspan is here as well. Hey Rob, welcome. Thank you for being here. Great to see you. Buenos dias, Keith. Lovely to see you as well. And Dale, good morning. Thank you so much for being here. And Digital UX Sage, thank you. Good morning to you as well. And Blockchain Chad, very cool. You're very cool. Thank you all for showing up. You guys are cool. I love that you're here. Thank you. So, okay, so that is what musicians are selling. They're selling songs and audio. What else? Oh, so the format. What is the format they're selling them in? An MP3. So if you are a musician or you are interested in purchasing an NFT of a song or audio, you're going to be purchasing it in an MP3 format. It is going to be purchased with cryptocurrency, and it is going to be recorded for everyone to see on the blockchain. Once all of that happens, you will get a notification after you hit that buy. Yes, you have purchased it. And then there's a bunch of other steps, and we're going to go through them next week. Oh, well, in the next video that we're live in. And you're going to see it's a pretty exciting process. Okay, who else is creating NFTs? Well, of course, artists are creating NFTs. That is the first really step that happened in NFTs, was that people created NFTs as art. Athletes, celebrities, brands are hopping on this big time. And by brands, I mean, every major big brand now. After the boom in 2021, big brands were like, oh my gosh, now we need an NFT division, we need an NFT business plan. So it has become an actual very important part now of corporate America to be a part of this NFT world. Why? The reason for this is because you can make a ton of money in it, of course, that's number one. But number two is it's such a hot trend right now that it's all over the news. Who wants to be all over the news? Brands, right? So yeah, so anytime a brand hops on a trend, it's because they want to be given free advertising. Of course, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? But so do you. So if you get in on NFTs now at the floor level, because it's only been since 2017, okay? Only been since 2017. So you are in the ground floor right now of what is going to become the Tower of Babel, I believe. I mean, I really think it's just going to go on and on and on and on and on and on. So if you are one of the, OGs, if you are one of the people who are embracing this, learning about it, and making it a part of your business plan, super smart for you to do that. Okay, we will keep going. How are they selling these? They're selling them as GIFs, JPEGs, and videos. And again, I want to just pop over and show you what I mean by that. So here is a GIF. It's called Sal Horse. Why do you think I chose that? Isn't that fun? So, and if I click on it, it'll come up and you can see that it's a pretty cool looking GIF. And it's created by this guy named, he calls it, oh, what the heck did that do? He calls it Joy World. And it is described here, and then you can learn about Joy World Joys here. You can get the details of the NFT GIF here, what the activity is, what it's already sold for, and then even below here, there are a bunch of other wacko things, fun things that he is selling. But look at this. I mean, it's been selling only within a year. So that is not a very long time, to be selling stuff that right now, his prices, sorry, I can't speak.
So he's just selling GIFs and JPEGs. Is that right? That's what it looks like from here. Like wacky ones, but just GIFs and JPEGs.
Yes. And as an artist, you can be doing any of these things. So here is another one. It's called Green Parrot Island. This is a JPEG. And currently they tell you exactly who it's owned by, who it's created by, what collection it's in, all of this information. You can see it was originally listed at $333, but of course that's volatile because everything changes on even a 10-minute basis with cryptocurrency. So average sale price $460.63, which has gone up 38%. Highest active offer $100. Volume in the last 30 days $2,269.35. Sales of this person's work, Roger Dean, in the secondary marketplace, which means people have bought his NFTs and resold them, $391,000, $391,000.
And he started selling when?
And this was released March 16th, 2021.
Look at this.
Right? So don't you think, I mean, if you want to make money, I just read a story about these two women that own a farm, and they paid $300,000 for the farm. They love their farm. They have little ducks. They've got all kinds of stuff on their farm. And because of the pandemic, lost their jobs, and now they're at the point where they were going to lose the farm. So what did they do? Okay, what could you have done prior to NFTs? Go to a bank and get a loan. Well, they couldn't do that. Okay, borrow money from friends and family. What's next? Go to angel investors. Who wants to invest in a farm that,
Take a very big percentage.
Right? Who wants to invest in a farm? Then you could do a Kickstarter. So here's another online way to make money. You could do a Kickstarter. You could do all kinds of stuff like that, correct, in order to make money. But now, what can you do? You can sell NFTs. So what they did was they created NFTs of their ducks, but like cute little drawings of their ducks. It wasn't as though they took photographs. They didn't do that. They created a cute little drawing collection of their ducks and sold enough to raise $120,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So listen, guys, what are you doing?
It's very lucrative. Rob Greenspan has a
very
question.
lucrative. Oh, hey, who's here? Jerry. Hi, Jerry. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And Rob said, any way to short NFTs? Okay, that is a great question. And these are the kinds of questions that I will be answering in future live streams. But just for today, that is a great question. I want to stick to our topic. What are NFTs and how do they work? And the reason for that is because I know I am going to bring up a ton of questions for you guys. I love that.
But put
them in the chat.
What is the short answer to Rob's question?
Is there a way? Yes.
There. At least I got you that, Rob.
There.
I got you the short answer.
Yes. So Blockchain Chad said, actually, there are people developing NFT future dApps. So thank you for that. Blockchain Chad, yes. So that, yes, that's the answer. Does the original artist benefit monetarily when an NFT is resold in the secondary market? Yes. And this is one of the things, great question, and thank you for that, Dale. This is one of the things that I absolutely love about NFTs. What is an NFT? If you're an artist, if you're a photographer, if you're a musician, traditionally, it's been really hard to sell your work and make money residually, correct? So especially as an artist, you put your work in a gallery, you sell your work, and you get, a 50% on if you're lucky, you get 50% of what the piece was sold for, if you're lucky, okay? If you're a musician and you sign with a label, I don't know what you get. I'm not a musician, but I know it's not going to be what the record company gets, right? So if you're an author and you have a publisher and you publish books, you write.
Are you sure?
Okay, we got stopped for like 1 second there. I'm sorry, guys. So here we are. We're back in. So the reason why it's so important for you to embrace NFTs as an artist is because as an artist, you are going to be able to continue to make money off of your own art, your own music, your own books, endlessly. Who gets to do that, right? Who gets to do that? So this is what's called intellectual property, IP. And what's happened with the development of the blockchain and NFTs is that all of a sudden, IP has taken on a completely different meaning Because now, instead of selling your intellectual property or going to other companies who will take your intellectual property, like your logo or whatever, and use it on other merchandise, and then you get a royalty from that, this is you with your own art saying, yeah, I'm going to take a royalty now on every single sale from now forever, as long as there's a blockchain. So it is huge.
Dale has a question.
Dale has a question. What is it? Wait, I think I missed a couple of people. So we've got Paul Perry Books. Hello and welcome. I have personal letters from a famous writer. Can I turn those into an NFT? What an excellent question. Wow. That one is really tough, because now you're talking about something that someone has written to you that you do own that letter. However, it is personal. This is like a fine legal point that I can't say 100% yes. Part of me says, 80% of me says yes. 20% of me says NFTs are so new that, see, now here's what you could do. You can make an NFT of these personal letters, put them on the blockchain for yourself personally. And then years from now, when that person has passed away, you could sell them. I know that sounds terrible, but it's true. You could. Okay, but so now they're verifiable, certifiable, everything on the blockchain. And everyone on the blockchain, can see that it's yours. You own it. So, wow, that is such a good question. That was a very good question. Okay, how do I find, Jerry says, how do I find an artist? That is also a great question. And next time I am going to be talking about NFT marketplaces and how you find artists on the marketplace. It is NFT marketplaces. This is how you find artists. There are also two other ways, make note of this, to get involved in NFTs and really learn a lot. And it is Twitter, because I don't know why, but Twitter has become the space for NFTers. And if you want to learn about NFT, go to Twitter, type in NFT or hashtag NFT
that
or
would be a
NFT.
good place to find an artist too.
Yes, fantastic place to
shout out to artists for your concept.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic place. So go to Twitter, type in NFT, NFT community,
I'm sure
NFT
they'll
artists.
be very quick to respond.
Yeah,
Somebody
and
who's interested in what you're doing.
You'll be amazed.
Yeah.
You will be amazed at the community that is already exploding on Twitter. Everyone is on Twitter. So that's number one. Number two is Discord. And if you have a Discord account, you then will be able, I'm going to be showing you something pretty darn soon coming up in the slides about the beginning of NFTs. And you literally can go on the Discord with the people who launched the original NFTs and be a part of that conversation. So Twitter, Discord, those are the places. Okay, who else is here? Hi, Rita. Welcome, welcome. Rita says, I love illustrating, but this sounds complicated for me. Sal, have you considered making NFTs of your iPad sketch series, the Presidents and the Animated Brady Bunch, etc.? Yes, Rita, great question. Yes, as I said earlier, both Sal and I are artists, and Sal does a lot of work on his iPad using Procreate. But he also does sculpting and writes books and does illustrations and everything else. So there's a lot of stuff that Sal does.
And I cook and I clean and I do a lot of...
and golf. You do a lot. And so, yes, Rita, that is a great question. And the answer is yes. We are both working on our own separate collections or one-of-one NFTs, because there are two different ways to make NFTs. One is as a project where you create a whole series of NFTs as an artist that are computer generated. So you start the art, but then you take your art, put it into a program, and then the computer generates new art from your art, which I think is super cool. Okay, that's number one. The second way is one-of-one, which is your original artwork. And that is a one-of-one. There will, never be more than the one piece that you created physically, but also digitally. So there's the one of one. So that is the answer to that. Okay, and who else asked? Okay, so we've also got Inner Voice. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Ask for the right, then yay. I'm sorry, I'm not keeping up with this, so I'm not sure what that means. But Blockchain Chad said, sounds like a museum piece. You know, NFTs are going to end up in museums because Christie's and Sotheby's are auctioning them off.
Exactly right.
Just like any other fine art. I hope all of you who are interested in NFTs have heard of Beeple, B-E-E-P-L-E. He is an artist. His real name is Mike. But he has been just explosive, literally explosive.
Crazy.
On the NFT marketplace. And his first major sale was through Christie's. And it was a painting, it was a piece that he did. I shouldn't say a painting. It was a piece that he did of, it's called Everydays, and it's 5,000 pieces of art, all collected in this big, enormous collage that sold for over $69 million. Okay, so is there a market for art? Yes. Is there a market for you? Yes. So this is what this is all about. Now, of course, there are pros and cons, but this is what this is all about. All right, so what are the formats? A GIF, a JPEG, a video. Any questions on that? You have asked a bunch of questions that I've already started asking. So if you have additional questions, please keep going with them. Next, how does it work? Once upon a time, in 2017, there were two programmers named John Watkinson and Matt Hall. And they created a company called Larva Labs. And they began an experiment, this is 2017, keep in mind, to create a software program that could randomly, and that's the interesting thing, randomly generate thousands of characters. And by characters, I mean, this is what I mean by characters. So it doesn't have to be pixel people. It can be anything, literally. And the way that works, and I'm just going to go through it super briefly because that is another whole video. But the way that works is, if you're familiar with something called Photoshop or anything, even Procreate, that you can make artwork in layers. So anything closest to you, it's kind of like editing videos. So anything closest to you is the front of the video, right? So the closest thing in a video is going to be the text that goes over you, the text that goes over you. Well, in a piece of art, you can also create art in layers. And you can start with a nose. Okay, you can start with a nose, and that's the first layer. And maybe the next layer are eyes, and maybe the next layer are ears, and maybe the next layer is a head, and maybe the next layer is a mouth. And you see how the whole thing can be layers and layers and layers and layers. And then what happens next? Well, let's say that you want to make hats, and you make a whole variety of hats. And then let's say you want to make glasses. You want people to have different kinds of glasses that they wear, right? So you can have lots and lots and lots of different glasses that you can then add in as separate layers. You can add the hats as layers, you can add the glasses as layers, you can add earrings as layers, or necklaces as layers, or rings as layers, anything you want. You can change the clothes. The clothes, you can have 25 different outfits that whoever you are creating is wearing. These are all layers. Now you have all these layers. What happens next? You put them into this program, and the program generates 10,000 different combinations from the different layers that you put in. Okay, that's all I'm going to go through because there is so much more to that, but I hope if you have any questions about that, go ahead and put
Paul
them.
Perry Books has a question, which I think is an interesting one.
Okay, so I'm going to pop over to us for a second. So Paul says, can a hologram be turned into an NFT? Yes. Great question.
Yeah, it's a
yes.
good one. That's a good one.
Anything that you can tangibly put on the internet can become an NFT. Anything that you can put on the internet can become an NFT. as long as you can make something digital, any digital asset, any digital thing in any type of format recognized by the internet can become an NFT. Great question. Thank you so much
And you
for
know
that,
what?
Paul.
He just gave me an idea for a new product,
What?
which I might try to sell to the sharks.
What?
Well, I'm thinking a hologram. I'm thinking get a Jewish challah bread, right, and put messages in it and mail it to people. Hologram.
That's clever.
Send me a hologram. Go on.
I got it.
Go on.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Challah. You're funny.
Yeah.
So these two guys, what did they create when they did this? Well, what they did was they made a paradigm altering model for the digital art market, something that had never existed before all of the sudden changes everything. And it's a brand new concept of what does ownership mean? What does it actually mean to own something? Is it owned if it's only online on a blockchain, right? Plus, they were the first digital art project called CryptoPunks. They created the very first NFT. Now, I just love this little baby and I used it because it was birth, but this was not their NFT. Okay, there's our CryptoPunks. So it's it didn't look like that. But anyway, holy cow, right? Holy cow. So John and Matt asked themselves, they created this whole collection and now they're like, are people actually going to pay for digital art? Because that is a very, very important question. It's a very, very valid question because even if it comes with a certificate of authenticity and only one person in the world or one group of people or one business or whoever purchases it can officially own that NFT. So that is an NFT, all right? So only one can own the one. And what makes it different is that it is verifiable. It is authenticated. It is certified as a unique digital asset. And that is the difference between an NFT and just a JPEG, an MP3, a video, that is the difference between any one of those things is that, okay, let me keep going. The worry is, and here's what they worried about. Why should people buy it if they can screenshot it? And that's what people say. Yeah, but I can just make a screenshot of it, or I can just right click it and copy it. So why should I pay for it, right? This is what people say all the time. Well, the answer to that is because it's not ownership. And so much of what matters in life is whether you own it or not. Do I own this? Is this mine? Can I say no? This is mine. I own the one original. Like I'm gonna go over to us here a second. My art that I create, if I do a painting, it's one of a kind painting, and there is only one. It is one painting. What if I wanted to make that into an NFT and sell the NFT of my one painting? Yeah, now there are two originals. One is a digital original and the other is a physical original. Do they make each other less valuable, or do they make each other more valuable? And these are the things that people are asking right now.
Well, because you're probably not 100% sure yet because not enough people have done it.
And it's still a new thing and people don't really know. But here's what is happening with artists. And I just read about an artist who created a collection. She does one-off, so she does one of ones. And she was asked to be in a group showing of art to raise funds for a nonprofit. How did that happen? Well, she was asked by a CEO in Silicon Valley of a very prestigious firm because he's into NFTs. He saw her work in a gallery and he wanted her to make an NFT. So she had never made NFTs before, but he said, we're only selling NFTs to raise funds. Would you do it? And she said yes. Well, guess what happened? Not only did she sell out her NFT and it sold for $25,000 to raise funds, but he bought her original piece. So now she doubled her money, right? She's like, so is it stupid to make digital art? I don't think it's stupid. I think it's super smart. Who is buying digital art? Well, people who are up on technology, people who are at the forefront of what is happening in techno, in fintech, in DeFi, people who understand cryptocurrency, blockchain, all of this stuff, people who are investing heavily in this platform, in this industry, in these platforms, in these currencies. Does it make sense for you to be a part of it? Now, I am going to get back to the slides in 1 second, but you're going to get mad at me, but I just have to say, of course, I've already had a troll on my videos. I know, you don't want me to talk about this. But, here's what happens. When something is super new, people are scared, right? Something is super new, people are scared. When texting first came out, did we jump on texting?
No, we were nervous about it.
It wasn't even that we were nervous. We were like, we don't want people bothering us constantly on a regular basis with text.
That's what I meant by being nervous.
Yeah. I mean, we don't want that. Well, guess what? We were wrong, and we love it, and we text all the time. And it's how we stay in touch with our friends and family, and it's how we send pictures all the time, and it's so immediate, and we absolutely love it. But did we embrace it at the beginning? No. And did you embrace it at the beginning? I have no idea. But if you did, yay you. And if you didn't, you're like us. You were waiting to see, do I really want to be a part of this? Do I really, is it going to be horrible? Is it going to be good? I don't know. But I would like to wait and find out. And then there are people who are like, oh my God, texting, this is the worst thing that ever happened in the world. Here are the reasons why. I hate this. This is the worst thing that could have ever happened. Texting is crap. I hate it. It's awful. Don't do it. It's going to ruin your life. It's going to this and that. So yes, there's always going to be evangelists and haters. You're going to get both, okay? You're going to get both. If you can try to stay in the middle and keep yourself grounded and do things, calm it down, stay focused, and then learn about what you're doing and be educated about making decisions about investing or creating, you'll be fine. Okay, you'll be fine. So that's the biggest question, right? Are you going to be fine or not? Okay, so they said, but that's not ownership. What did that require? Well, it required a conceptual leap of faith, right? So people needed to say to themselves, is the blockchain real? Is cryptocurrency real? Is a digital asset verified, authenticated, and certified on the blockchain real? I don't know, but I think it's really cool. And so, yeah, I'm going to embrace it. Or no, I hate this and you're stupid and I'm not going to embrace it. But they decided to find out. And they officially launched CryptoPunks. And that was what I was showing you, those little pixelated people, which traditionally had been like an avatar for gaming or an avatar for a website or an avatar for something. They released them for free. Interesting, right? They released them for free in June of 2017. And what happened? And why did they do it for free? Well, why do you do anything for free? Why, instead of charging for something, do you start off by just putting it out there? The reason is for proof of concept. The reason is to understand, are people actually going to want to buy this? Are people going to get excited about this? Are people going to be interested in this? I don't really know. It's new. So when something is new, just like if it were you in a business creating some new product and you don't know, is it going to sell? Well, why don't you start by saying to people, do you think this is going to sell? Would you be interested in this? What would you do? Or how would you change it? Or, proof of concept, like try to understand, what do people actually want? So they had nothing to go by. So by putting them out there for free, this is how they were going to understand the proof of their concept. And so they created 10,000 CryptoPunks. And that's what this is, by randomly generating them. They started with, here are glasses and a pipe and a cigarette and a hat and different different glasses, and you can see that there's a lot of different stuff that's happening with these little CryptoPunks. And so if you go to CryptoPunks, now if you go to, here it is, larvalabs.com, you can see all of this yourself. You can see every single one of the 10,000 CryptoPunks and see for yourself how it was randomly generated and start to understand, what is this all about? What is this thing all about? Because it's crazy. So the way that you could get it for free was on a marketplace, on a platform called Ethereum. And the only way that you could what's called mint it, which is take it from a JPEG that doesn't kind of exist yet. It's sort of out there, like there's an image of it, but it's not really yours yet. You say, yes, I want this for free. And then you click for free. And then Ethereum says, okay, well, you're going to have to do what's called minted, which means we are going to have to send out in this network of computers messages to all the different people that are on what are called nodes, which are just computers all over the world, saying, okay, this person wants to own this particular CryptoPunk, and they are this person, and it is from Larva Labs, and this is the date, and this is the time, and this is how they're purchasing. You know, they're not even purchasing it, but what happens is you still had to pay to mint it, okay? And you had to pay to mint it because all of these people around the world on their computer nodes are spending their time verifying it. And the verification means utilizing their computers to generate the code that says yes. In the beginning, in 2017, this didn't cost anything. It was super cheap. Very, very cheap. 10, 15, 20 bucks. Didn't cost anything. Okay, so you're getting the CryptoPunk for free. Maybe you're spending 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks in gas fees to mint it on Ethereum to literally own this digital piece. But who cares? So what? Well, fast forward to today, and gas fees, because there are now so many NFTs, it takes so much longer for someone to generate code that hasn't already been generated. It's got to be new code, because every single one has to be new, right? Original, unique. So now to generate that code creates a lot more energy. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. All right, so anyone could mint one with Ethereum or ETH. At first, nobody really cared. Nobody really understood it. Nobody was very interested. People weren't even minting them for free. Okay, people weren't even spending the $5 or the $10 or the $20 on these little guys because they're like, huh? I don't even understand. Why would I do that? And what is this all about? And what does it mean? And why, you know, why? Well, what happened was, boom! Like, whoa! Like, oh my God. In 3 years, over 8,000 sales of CryptoPunks were recorded on the blockchain in just 3 years. So if you are an artist, and you want to make money and you've had a hard time making money, or you're an author, or you're a musician, or you're any kind of creator, you're a gamer who wants to get into trading cards, anything that you want to do can become enormous, can make a ton of money with NFTs. And this is what is so amazing about this brand new technology of just creating something from, you know, what you think is nothing. I'm going to pop over to us, honey, because Rob has has a comment. So much to learn. I hope you do these every Thursday. Yeah, that's our plan, Rob. And the other thing that we're going to do, our news flash. And on our newsletter, so the newsletter is listed in the description below this video, and you can sign up for our newsletter. But our newsletter is basically what's happening this week in the NFT world, and then at the end of the week, a summation. So if you want to know what's happening in the NFT world, you want to get involved in that, you might want our newsletter. And if you do, sign up for it in the description below this video. It's a hot link you can click. The other thing that Sal and I are going to start doing are newsflash. So when something unbelievable happens with NFTs or even cryptocurrency or on the blockchain, we want to talk about it. We want to be out there saying, oh my God, did you guys hear what just happened? Like, this is what is going on. Or if there's some amazing sale, or if there's some horrifying thing like there just was. In fact, the people hacked into, this is just, anyway, things happen, right? So things happen. Okay.
But it's good to know everything.
That is
good,
so
the bad,
good.
and the ugly.
Yeah, so
right?
thank you, Rob. Thank you for saying that, because yes, absolutely. So Paul said, how does one market their NFT? I'm going to show that to you in the next video next Thursday, so you're definitely going to want to be there, Paul. And Inner Voice said, it is deep. Read, then read more. I love that you said that. I love that you said that, because to me, research and education, you can obviously tell, is massive. Why jump into this head first without knowing what is underneath the water, right? Find out what is underneath the water first, so you don't hit your head on a rock.
Research and education. Keeps you safer.
Yes, keeps you safer, keeps you smarter, makes you happier, less stressed, calmer, right? So you can do this as an educated, because it is going to be constantly changing no matter what. So to keep up with it is a lot. It is a lot. But I love that you said that, Inner Voice. I love that you said that. Read, and read some more. Excellent, fabulous advice. Thank you for that. Okay. NFTs created the crypto art movement. There never was one. There never was an art movement of digital art before. They literally launched a brand new movement in the history of art, changing forever the history of art. Because now it's not just the Venus of Willendorf, now it's not just the Mona Lisa, now it's not just Andy Warhol's whoever celebrity it is of the time, but it's also digital art like CryptoPunks. And this is what is so incredible about what's happening in the world today with NFTs and crypto and blockchain. To learn more about specifically CryptoPunks, go to larvalabs.com and click on CryptoPunks. So I want you to go and study that. Questions? Do you have questions about this? So Paul said, do you guys do consulting? Yeah, we do. And thank you for that question, Paul. Wonderful question. I love that you asked that. Yes, we do. On our website, zazoome, there is a services page for consulting. And yes, we do consulting. Thank you so much for that question. Okay. So now we're going to get into the second half. How in the world did this all happen? Because it seems insane, right? That this could even have happened. Well, money. Like, what else does make the world go round? Money. So this CryptoPunk, number 7804, was the first major knock it out of the ballpark sale of CryptoPunks, and it sold for $7.5 million.
Just that one single NFT.
Just this guy here with his pipe and his like hat and his glasses and his, I don't know what color face that is, and his like weirdo nose. That guy sold for $7.5 million. And the owner's name is Dylan Field, F-I-E-L-D. Was Dylan Field. He's the one that sold it. And why is that important? It's important because if you get on Twitter, you can find Dylan Field, look him up, and you can follow him on Twitter, okay? And you can look at the things that he's talking about and the terminology that he uses and the people that he follows and the people that follow him. You can learn all of this stuff on Twitter. And this is how you start to learn about NFTs and the NFT market and art on NFTs and what is valuable and why, and what makes something valuable and why. And this is how you can up your education level and have fun. And have fun doing it, because Twitter is a blast. I mean, a lot of people hate it, but I love it, and I think it's really, really, really fun. So Digital UX Sage said, I just registered for you. Thank you for your newsletter. Sounds interesting. Thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate you so much. Paul said, thanks. You are very welcome. Paul. Dale said, on OpenSea, there is a collection by Steve Aoki. The same art piece is there multiple times, but each is a different NFTs. This is how you can sell the same art piece multiple times. Okay. So what happens is people, it looks like it's there multiple times, right? It's not. It's not the same piece of art. You cannot sell the same exact piece of art multiple times. It's not the same as a limited edition piece of art, and yet you can do a limited edition NFT series. So, oh my gosh, it's such a new world. It is such a new world. I love that you asked that question, Dale, because everything about this new world is changing on a rapid and constant basis. So what is yay today, maybe oh crap tomorrow. And what I mean by that is legislation and what you can and can't do and what these marketplaces will and won't allow you to do. And depending upon the marketplace, which is what I'm going to be covering next time on Thursday, some marketplaces only want artists who are one of one, who only create one single thing. Some marketplaces love it when you do a project. A 10K project is like when you do the algorithm with the software and you just create all the layers and then you put them into the software and the software generates your unique originals. And it's just like so wild. Like as an artist, this is so wild and interesting and exciting because it's just a completely new way of creating art and creating your own art. And you don't even know what's going to happen. You don't even know what it's going to look like, which as an artist actually is very exciting to me. So I do like that. So thank you for that question, Dale. And Inner Voice says, my biggest concern is 1 million already is creating 10K NFTs each, and more other NFTs will at some point create system overloads over and over again. Okay, I'm going to pop to us. You can't worry about what is going to happen in the future today with NFTs because nobody knows. It is not a known. It is not a given. It is not something written in stone anywhere. If a lot of artists make 10K projects, one, doesn't mean they're going to sell. Two, maybe they sell, maybe they become famous, maybe whatever, but yay! I mean, artists need this, right? So yay for that. Is there going to be overload? Well, let's talk about the world in the last, 2,000 years. Let's just talk about the last 2,000 years, since, right? We're in 2022 right now. The first 22 years in the 2000s, tons of things happened, didn't they, in the first 22 years? I mean, that could be like visual and verbal and audio overload, super overload. Everything has the potential to become way too much. If it does, step away. You do not have to be a part of it, okay? You do not have to be a part of it. But again, you're here on the ground floor. So massive, so massively amazing, so hugely world-altering. And when I say world-altering, I mean the cryptocurrency part of it even is world-altering because now countries are saying, yeah, maybe we're going to start paying our employees with cryptocurrency. And this is kind of a mind-boggling thing to me that a country would say, yeah, we're going to use a digital currency to pay people. A volatile, very volatile, highly volatile currency to pay people, and one of which there are so many, just like every country in the world except, euro. So there's euros and there's dollars, and then in other countries there is their money. So there's all different kinds of money, right? Well, in cryptocurrency, same thing. Lots and lots of different kinds of currencies in crypto, in digital currencies. You can't worry about all this stuff right now.
But you have to learn about it all.
But learn about it. It's a great, great question. I love that you asked that, and thank you for asking that, because truly, probably a lot of people are thinking the same thing. Like, isn't there going to be massive overload? Maybe, but step away. I mean, doesn't have to overload you.
They said that
Let
on
it
YouTube.
overload whoever. So Blockchain Chad said it's the utility behind each piece. Yes. And so There is so much, I mean, even just saying that one simple sentence for people who don't understand NFTs, blockchain, cryptocurrency is mind-boggling. It's like, what in the world are you talking about, right? So this is why read more, learn, educate yourself, watch our videos, be a part of this, and, you know, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just embrace and learn. I'm going to give you some stats that are crazy, stupid crazy, right? Right now in the CryptoPunk world, the lowest priced punk is $196,000. Wow. And they couldn't give them away. $196,000. 2017, 2022, $196,000 versus free. Value of sales just in the last 24 hours are 9.17 million. Number of sales just in the last 12 months, 12,166. Wouldn't you as an artist love to sell 12,166 pieces of art and make all that money? Hell yeah, you would. So what is the value of sales? Right. Just this week, $50.24 million. Insane. Isn't this insane, guys? This is crazy. To date, CryptoPunks has bought and sold and bought and sold and bought and sold and traded hands and, you know, blah, 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 for $1.97 billion. Total sales to date, $1.97 billion. Just the value of sales in the last 4 weeks, $109 million. Right? You want to take a deep breath. You just want to take a deep breath when you say these kinds of numbers for art that looks like this. Right? That looks like this. Okay, so the top sale was $7.58 million of one CryptoPunk, and it was number 3100. Second one was number 7804. Dylan Field sold it for $7.57 million. At the time, that was the highest record and set off an insane frenzy of sales, an insane frenzy of purchases of CryptoPunks. And that is what money can do. Money can create a frenzy. So currently, the highest price CryptoPunk is number 6508, this guy, and he's being offered for $1.1 million. And there will be reasons why he's priced so high as compared to this guy, which is $197,000. So you're thinking, wow, how could it almost be like 10 times more in value? Well, it's based on rarity, and I am not going to talk about that today, but that is one of the things about NFTs in a 10K project collection generated by a computer that makes a difference. So it's not a one of one, it is a 10K project, and that's very different from a one of one. And there are ways to make even those CryptoPunks more valuable within the 10K collection. And you see, there's a lot to know, right? There is so much to know. The average bid over the last year was $134,000.
Wow.
Average bid. Okay, average currently, the open bid is $22,480. That, you know, that seems like a huge bargain. So if you're at the level where you can afford $22,480.60, go for it. So total value of all current bids is $13 million. $13 million, guys. It's crazy, right? This is crazy. This is just crazy. And rare ones are so much more valuable than the other ones. And it's just like, wow, really? So are there questions about this? Because, you know, put them in the chat, put them in the comments below this video. Okay. Now we're just going to cover pros and cons. We have covered so much right now, like what is an NFT, what is the format for an NFT, who created the first NFTs, why are they selling like hotcakes, why should you be in the market? All of these questions have been answered in this video at this point. But now, pros and cons, because seriously, there's a lot to think about. So what are the pros to creating, buying, selling, and trading NFTs? Well, number one, they give you the ability to assign or claim ownership of a digital asset and say, yes, this is mine and I own it, and no, it is not yours for real. And it can be any kind of digital data. Okay, so it can be a GIF, a JPEG, an MP3, a video, anything, a hologram, anything that you can create as a digital asset can become a unique NFT. It is also trackable on the blockchain for anyone to see. You can go and look at and literally see right on the blockchain. How did this happen? Who owns it? When was it recorded? This is all stored on the blockchain as what is now called a digital ledger, as opposed to a physical paper ledger where people were recording things. Now this is all digitally done on the blockchain, establishing proof of ownership. It is a public record. So you can verify for yourself. You know, everyone says, oh, scams, hacks, blah, 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 you know, blah, blah, blah. Well, go and verify it. You know, it's right out there for you to look at yourself. You don't have to just take somebody's word for it. Why would you? Go and look. You can do this. Yeah, you can actually do this. It is a hot market. It is a trending market, and you can make so much money. Your head will explode, and you can pay off everything. Treat your parents to whatever they want and your friends, and live comfortably for the rest of your life off of NFTs. It's insane, right? It's just insane. It's fun. It's exciting. And if you like collecting stuff, these are collectibles. Yeah, NFTs are collectibles. So just like anything else that you like to collect, well, guess what? That's what it is. And plus, you join a brand new community. And this community is different. It is techno-speak community. It is a forward-thinking community. It is people on the forefront of what is happening technologically in our world. And that is very important, because you then, when you join this community, will get in on what are people saying? What are they buying? Why? What are they saying about this artist? Or what are they saying about that NFT collection? And why? And are they buying or not? And why? And there is so much that you can learn within the community. This is also how you grow your own community. If you want to sell NFTs yourself, if you want to create and sell NFTs yourself, how do you do it? You have to build a community. So becoming a part of a community and creating your own community is huge with NFTs, and it is something that you definitely want to know and be a part of. And Dale said, is there a market for original human-created art versus computer-generated art? Yes. Great question. There are markets for both of them. There are people who collect one-of-ones. There are people who collect projects. That's what it's called, a 10K project. And it doesn't have to be 10,000 to be a project. It can be 3,000. It can be 300. People don't have to generate all 10,000 at once. You know, you can actually do that over a period of time. But there is a market for both. And this is another thing about NFTs, just like the real art world. In the real art world, in the physical art world, there is a market for unique originals like the Mona Lisa. There is a market for prints, okay, where there is an edition. Maybe a limited edition of 10, maybe a limited edition of 1,000, but there is a market for prints along with a market for originals. The original could be oil, the original could be a collage, the original could be a video, whatever that original is. So there's always a market. Yes, great question for any of this. And Inner Voice said the creators are only getting 10% royalties of that total volume value for sales or trades. You know what? It depends. And you as the creator can actually set that amount. There are some marketplaces that say, you know, no, you can't do more than this. I think that's really stupid, but you can say, I only want 5%, I only want 1%, no, I want 20%. It is actually up to you, the NFT creator, to set your royalty. And that is going to be up to you. So you don't want to cut yourself off. You know, you don't want to cut yourself off. Okay, so community of collectors, questions on that, put them in the chat or put them in the comments below this video. Cons to creating, buying, selling, trading. Gas. Okay, so there's what's called gas fees, and gas fees are, that's my alarm saying I've been on for an hour. And I'm not going to shut it off because I've been on for an hour with you guys. And thank all of you who have, you know, stuck through this with us, because I love that you're here and I love that you want to learn. Okay, so the gas fees to mint NFTs, that is a huge thing. It was one of the things that I actually was so freaked out about. I was like, I don't want to make NFTs because I can't stand the thought that we are using our natural resources. I didn't understand it first, but then as I was researching it, I understood that, yeah, actually there are computers around the world working 24 hours, 7 days a week, generating this code, which uses using up a ton of natural resources. That kind of, it hurts my heart when I think about that. Like, you know, to sell an NFT, it's like gross. Okay, so it's called POW, proof of work, to generate with gas fees. Now there is a new thing called POS, proof of show. Totally different and does not use gas. Doesn't create the same digital process, is completely different. And I'll tell you guys, I mean, I truly believe, I'm gonna pop over to us. I truly believe, just like any new thing, when computers were first created, one computer was the size of a room, right? The first IBM computer was the size of a room. Now, where's your phone?
Right here.
Okay. This is a computer. This is a computer in your hand, right? You can hold it in your hand. Really doesn't weigh very much, does it? Could you hold an original computer that's the size of a room in your hand? Heck no.
I've been working out.
I know, but even you, honey. No. I mean, even you. And yeah, I know, you're buff. But no, I mean, you could not hold a computer the size of a room in your hand, let alone afford it. Okay, so a phone, you're going to pay a couple $100 to a couple $1,000 for a phone, which does like everything under the sun, basically, except cook your food for, although you can set it up to cook your food. Does almost everything under the sun for you, and it's in your hand. So do I believe the blockchain is going to change? Do I believe minting is going to change and gas fees are going to change and everything else? Yes, I believe it wholeheartedly. I believe that at a certain point and not too far in the future, it will become negligible on an impact on our real resources in the world. I do believe this. So yes, for now, it sucks and it's horrible and it hurts my heart that this is happening. And at the same time, am I a hypocrite by saying I want to make my own NFT? Yeah, I guess I'm a hypocrite because I still want to do it. I'm still going to do it. And I still think it's incredible. I still think it's amazing. I still think it's the place to be. I mean, okay,
I agree.
That's me. That's me. Love me, hate me, that's me. Okay, that's the way it goes, guys. So, all right. Uses a huge amount of natural resources, scams, fakes, hacks, you know, all this stuff is happening and will always happen. And you know what? That has happened with everything, hasn't it? I mean, even the Mona Lisa, even fine art has been forged, and there are so many forgeries in museums right now where people think that they're real, but they're not. They're forgery, but it still doesn't, you know, you go to the museum and you think, oh, this is real, this is a unique one of one, but you're wrong, it's not, it's a fake. So yeah, there are tons of scams and forgeries and fakes on everything all the time in the world forever, and that's the way it's going to be. So if that's going to stop you, well, you know, geez. Using blockchain technology, in other words, crypto, learning curve. Big learning curve here, okay? There's a lot to learn. Creating a project or even just creating a one. Big learning curve on just like how do you do it, what do you do, everything else, which of course we're going to cover in future videos with you guys. So questions? You have questions about that? Put them in the comments below this video because guys, I have run over my 1 hour by 4 minutes at this point. So our next video, what am I going to talk about? How to choose an NFT marketplace to buy, sell, trade, or post your own NFTs. And that is huge because, wow, I mean, there is just so much to know, right? There is so much to know. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please subscribe so that you don't miss a single video. If you like this video, you know I love those likes. Please like it, share it, make your comments, whatever you want to do. We are so happy that you are here getting inspired to do or whatever you want to do with NFTs using crypto and the blockchain. We love that you are here doing that. And I am just now going to go back to us. and say thank you so much, guys, for joining us. We appreciate you, and we will see you in the next video. Right?
Bye for now.
Ciao, guys.
We'll be back.
Thank you so much.